Hello YouTube, this is Darkon6303 and today I'm bringing a review of Transformers Robots in Disguise, the 2001 cartoon Robots in Disguise, of Transformers Prowl. Now this is a part of my Blast from the Past reviews and it's going to be under RID. Now it kind of works out for me since unfortunately I wasn't able to put anything yet pretty much at the beginning of this month. So this is going to be going on to the second week of the month. But it kind of works out since I've already reviewed a lot of the Robots in this Disguise toys that I own currently, so that pretty much works out here. But anyways, we'll now go on to Prowl, which happens to be one of my most favorite of the Autobot brothers, my most favorite being Sideburn. But anyways, his articulation is pretty decent for its time, and it's actually still pretty good today. His shoulders are on ball joints. He does have a little bit of movement here, I think. Not by much. And he can also bend just forward on the top part of his shoulder. His arm is on a ball joint, but that's pretty much it for articulation you get on this arm, unless you consider this point and joint, but that's not really a joint because that's just for the arm guard. His other arm is pretty similar in articulation, but he does have a lot more freedom here because he doesn't have a giant arm guard in the way. But his head is on a swivel. Can also bend at the hips here on a ball joint there. His upper leg is on a ball joint, and his feet also on a ball joint, which allows some ankle pivot, but not much. Now he does have some hip guard articulation, but that is mostly due to transformation, and unfortunately this is where it can become a little problematic since they're on clear points. Now, even though the toys were made much stronger back in the day, especially during the time when this toy came out, the translucent parts still can get brittle over time, so be wary if you get a hold of this toy, especially used. But anyways, we'll now go on to the transformation, which is quite ingenious for the time it was. I really enjoyed actually all three Autobot brothers since they have a completely unique transformation scheme from each other, and it does give them a little bit more personality. First, you're going to pull off the missile launchers off his arm. You're going to pull up this piece, so now you lay flat like that. To make it easy, we're going to hide up the head so that it no longer is exposed. We're going to pull this piece down, so now you got pretty much the front of the car. You're going to bend these forward here, get this out of the way for now, and you're going to bend these inward so that they kind of just collapse inside. There isn't a specific way to get them in the way, but it kind of works on its own when you're bending it inward. And then you're going to plug these together, then close it off here, so you pretty much got the entire back of the car. Now what you're going to do is pull this up for now. You're going to pull this forward, so now you got the legs fully pulled down. And then you're going to turn these around, and quite cleverly, these are actually going to become seats. So you're just going to pull them around and then push them down into the little empty gap here. So like this on both sides. So you're going to turn this around and then bend this and then bend this down. And then close it off here. Now here's where it gets kind of scary to transform, since this entire joint here is made of translucent plastic. So you're going to have to be careful when you play around with them. And then close up the doors here. And then push them down. And there you have Prowl in his vehicle mode. Now his vehicle mode is very nice, and he does have the typical Transformers Robots in Disguise 2001 rubber tires. So be wary, since these do wear out of time, and they have cracks in some I've seen on eBay and so on, and they do tear over time, so keep that in mind. They roll okay, but because of the heat I can see why the rubber isn't allowing full movement around. Another cool feature is that you can actually plug these on to the back here. Make sure that you keep the fins upwards, since it doesn't look as bad if you put it the other way. Now you kind of got like a turbo engine kind of police car, which is quite hilarious, since he's going to speed to the area he needs to go to do a rescue. So it's actually quite hilarious that he can actually do that, though it is kind of ironic since he will be disobeying several street laws, so that is kind of ironic. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, which I still think looks very nice. To transfer it back, it's actually quite simple. All you gotta do is pull out the doors, push up the panel here and lay it flat. Then you're going to pull out the feet, both sides, and you're going to turn them around. Sorry for the autofocus, I don't know what caused that. Until they face forward. And then you're going to push this down. Up, should I say. Then you're going to turn these panels around, but be careful since they're still translucent plastic. So it looks like this. Turn these around. Actually, no, it is the other way around. Sometimes I get confused. Then you're going to open up the area here. Get everything free. Pull this over the head and then push it inward. Pull up the little pieces here. Turn the head around. Unlock the arms. Push this like this. It gets stuck sometimes. Then turn the arm around. So now you got it fully in robot mode. Now I'm going to quickly just plug these back onto his arm. And there you have him fully completed in his transformation. Unfortunately, I don't know why I'm having a problem here. Just popped out. But anyways, that's pretty much it for Prowl. And while he is quite simplistic in some cases for transformation, he's still quite satisfying to transform into either mode. But besides the little clear door panels, I don't have any real problems with the transformation or anything else really of the figure itself. Now what's actually interesting is that unlike other toys that have a lot of kibble, the cool part is that Takara, when they designed the show, they made a clever way in the animation so that even just the large arm panels or the shoulder gun pieces and the giant arm that X-Brawn featured because of the front of the car, and same thing with Cyber and with the giant shoulder pads and so on, are actually all present in the show model. So it's actually one of the few times that I'm actually quite astonished that they actually managed to keep it into the show model so that instead of becoming kibble, now it's show accurate just having it there. So I do appreciate that. I transitioned obviously to the Robots in Disguise cartoon when it was brought overseas. But anyways, I still think Prowl is definitely worth it, and he actually doesn't go for that much on eBay. Same thing with X-Brawn, he can kind of go back and forth and all that, but Sideburn is where it becomes very expensive for some reason. I think it's because he has a lot of parts that can be lost. But anyways, I still think Prowl is definitely a worthwhile figure to pick up, even to this day. And if you rather get the Japanese version, then by all means, since they're pretty much the same toy except for that Autobot logo, pretty much. But anyways, please comment, subscribe, and check out Hero Talk for the latest in hero news. Also, check out the Gideon blog as well for more news if you wish. Also, please check out the WRW podcast at its new channel down in the YouTube link below. Also, check out my other friends' channels, which are also linked down below. And check me out on Twitter under Darkon633, and I'll see you YouTube. Bye.